Today's episode is on the cost of discipleship. As we enter into the second week of Lent, our minds eventually turn to the sacrifice that Jesus made for us on the cross. How can we, as his disciples, replicate this? And what sacrifices do we have to bear in our own Christian journeys? In Luke 14 verse 26, Jesus says that we cannot be his disciple if we do not hate father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, and even our own lives. Why does Jesus say this? Does he expect us to forsake our own family, people that we grew up with and cared for us? In modern day Christianity, when we discuss discipleship, we tend to focus on the rewards of following God, such as entering into heaven or achieving salvation. Rather than dealing with sacrifice and suffering, we try to highlight the positives of being a Christian. After all, that is the more attractive message to invite non-believers into our faith. Why should I waste my Sundays if I am not going to get a reward for it? Even the fact that we don't explicitly call ourselves disciples shows a reluctance to carry the cross that Jesus asked us to, as if that title is something only reserved for his 12 closest followers. So does Jesus want us to hate our families? Yes. Jesus is saying that following him must have absolute priority in our lives, over our families, our possessions, and our careers. Our devotion to him must be so extreme that, in comparison, all other loves seem like hate. Are we in that mindset as Christians? Are we willing to make that sacrifice? Even in this period of Lent, the time of year where we try and give up something, we limit the sacrifices we make as much as possible, maybe skipping a meal or giving up a habit. Jesus, however, is asking for something far more radical. He is calling us to die to everything that we hold dear, just as he did. Let us take a moment to reflect. As modern-day disciples of Jesus, we must be willing to suffer and make sacrifices in our own lives as we make him the priority. It is important to remember that Jesus was willing to die on the cross for us, the ultimate sacrifice. The question now is, are we willing to die on a cross for him?